This is the Blackout Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Blackout Podcast, where I get to talk to amazing people doing amazing things. And today I have Tofunmi. I remember seeing your fashion show. I was blown away. I was like, "What? This person's in this thing!" Like, I saw it was Aranya was performing at the thing, and then I saw it. I was like, "Oh yeah, I like the designs you're making," and then I said, "I want to know the person behind that." So tell me a little bit more about yourself.
I'm a student and I go to Dalhousie right now. I'm in my fourth year, finally, of management and economics, and I'm doing a major in management and a minor in economics.
Cool. Why did you decide to study economics?
I like econs a lot. I think I've liked it since high school, so I really wanted to do something that was more detailed when it comes to economics.
And how do you find the course so far?
It's really good. I don't regret choosing it for a minor.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's cool. And so you finished this year. This is your last year in the course.
No, my fourth year is just starting in September.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
So,
How are you spending your summer first? Let's start with that.
I'm going home next month.
Oh wow.
To Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yeah. My sister's getting married in August, so I'm just going home for like a holiday.
Elder
and
sister?
also, yes,
How many siblings do you have?
I have two siblings, and I'm in the middle.
Oh,
Two sisters.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And all your one sister is in Nigeria.
Yes, my younger sister is in Nigeria,
Okay.
and my older sister lives in Toronto.
So he's getting married, the younger one.
No, my older one.
Okay. You need to see your face when you say that. Like, how old is she, the youngest one?
She's what? She's gonna be. I'm sorry. She's 16.
Makes
Yeah.
sense. It makes sense why you reacted that way.
Yeah.
Like, what? No, not yet. So she's going to Nigeria to get married, or
Yes, everything's Nigeria.
holy smokes? Okay, wow,
Yeah.
that's husband is here in Nigeria.
He's here
So why are you going to Nigeria to get married?
because most of my family is there.
Oh man, I'm like, it's
Literally,
expensive.
all of my family is there. It's just me and my sister that's here,
Oh, okay.
and also like, her fiance's family is there as well.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Whew. So August, you're gone. And tell
Next
me
month,
the
you mean?
tell me this though. Why fashion?
I'd say I'm really interested in fashion, mostly from my fascination with my grandma's sewing machine. My grandma used to sew a lot when I was younger, and I spent a lot of time with her when I grew, like while I was growing up, and she was always sewing one thing or the other, and I was just fascinated to see like how a small machine can do so much heavy work. She had like the little table machines, the ones that you don't even use your leg to pedal, like
The
you
one you
use
kinda
your hand.
spin?
Yeah.
Woo!
And I was just like, oh, I really just want to know how this works, right? Yes. So I think that was where my interest started. And I never stopped being interested because I remember like I always used to ask for scrap fabric. I used to do like needle work with my needle and thread.
Oh wow.
It wasn't until SS1, that's that's grade 10 in Nigeria, that I started doing a course called garment making at school.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so they teach you garment construction, pattern cutting, sewing. Well, everything was still with hand back then in high school. So when I started doing garment making, I figured like, oh, I really like this and I want to do it. And then in SS3, when I was done with my final exams, I had like time before I went home. So I just went to the school tutors and I'm like, oh, can you show me how a machine works? I really want to know how it works. And so they're like, oh, you do this, do this. Like, I was so confused at the time. I was like, oh, is this really me? Like, maybe that's not what I'm called to do. Yeah. But it was tasking at first, but I got the hang of it. And I feel like that was my first experience learning to use a sewing machine. And I just never stopped being interested, honestly. Immediately I came here, I bought a sewing machine. I got here in August. I had a sewing machine by September.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
When with that machine, do you know the very first thing you sewed on it?
Uh, hmm. It's a green skirt. Yeah, I still wear it.
Oh, it was for yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then what was the first thing you did for someone else?
I still a dress for my sister
Oh,
because
okay.
she used to be here at the time.
Oh, so she was here in Halifax?
Yeah.
When did she move?
In August of 2017,
Oh, okay. Why did she move?
for work.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. And so in your family, you don't, other than your grandma, you're the only one that sews?
As far as I know. As far as I know.
How did a fashion show happen? Because that's really how I saw you.
Ooh, my fashion show.
Yeah.
Shout out to Vaudeville. They're amazing at DA. So they're a society at DA, and since I came to Halifax, I always saw the show after the show was over. And I was so sad because I didn't get in. I didn't go to it. I
Yeah.
just always see, oh, vaudeville happened on so day. I'm just like, oh, no.
Yeah.
So last October, I think, I saw the ads for the show. They were calling for designers and models as well. And I'm just like, hey, I want to be part of the show. And I got a response to come in for like a meeting, sort of. And that was how I got in the show, honestly. Yeah.
So wait, was there did they see things you've made already?
No, so it's a student fashion show, designed by students and modeled by students. So I guess I automatically qualified because I was a student.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. So, what was your preparation for the fashion show?
Drawing the designs, getting the right fabric, the notions. Those are like the embellishments, like zips, sequins, all those kind of things. Measuring the models.
Oh, how did you so did you know the models you were going to use or?
No, I would say like I had only chosen 3 of my models like before, like by myself that were not students, and they were the kids in my show. So I had 3 kids walk in my show, and those were the only people I knew aside like the other students who walked in my show. So they did a model call, and I chose my models when the models came. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, cool. And how many models did you have apart from the kids?
And including myself, 5.
Oh, you walked in your show?
Oh yeah, I did. I did.
How many outfits did you make?
8.
From when you knew you were going to the show till when the day of the show, how long did you have?
I say I got in the show, like I got confirmation in November, like early November, and the show was March, the 3rd day of March. So I had like November till like February. I say like I told myself to get the outfits ready like a month before so I can do fittings, any adjustments, just to like I'm not pressed for time, especially because school was in session like January, February, March. So I wanted to have like a good timeline just so I'm not pressed. So I had gotten most of them done by the end of January.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then did you have how much alterations did you have to make?
For alterations, I didn't have any to make except one. I just had to widen the hips a little. but the rest of them were pretty good. And for something like that, I realized that it's just easier to give an allowance just in case like you have to make alterations. So when I make the clothes, I did not put in any permanent zippers until the models actually try them on. And then after trying them on, I'm just like, oh, this position is good. And then I sewed it up.
Wow. And I mean, I saw the photos of the show. I loved it. And how was the experience for you?
It was exciting when I got it. I'm just like, oh my God, first runway show, blah, blah, blah. So excited. And then in the days leading up to the show, I was so tense.
What made you tense?
I was nervous. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know. I guess it's just natural because it was my first time doing something like that. And also, like, I guess after I sent out invites to all my friends and family, I was just like, oh, they're coming. It's happening. So I became tense. Yeah. And also, like, seeing the other designers, the clothes they made and what their scenes were like, I'm just like, am I really doing the right thing? Am I going about it the right way? A little bit of intimidation, but I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about the results?
I'm grateful. I'm extremely happy. I'd say like that runway show really got my year off to a good start because up until the show in March, on the third day of March, I was doing a lot of sewing, like more sewing than usual. So I found that I was really happy. So I know like this is what I want to do. Like I have an assurance, so to say that, oh, like I won't get bored or I won't just up and out someday. So I'll say like in terms of doing it long term, I am sure just because I did that runway show. And also I say like I got new confidence from doing that show because sometimes I doubt myself and I'm just like, oh, is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? Maybe there's something out there that I'm supposed to be doing that I don't know yet. But the comments, the feedback, the pictures, the videos, the support, it was amazing.
Yeah. I looked at it and I'm thinking, oh wow. Are you gonna consider doing the Atlantic fashion show?
Oh yeah, I'm looking into that.
I mean, with the work you did, right? Do you think that like you'll have the capacity for that?
I would say yes. I really think that everything boils down to planning. I just have to plan very well. For sewing, for me anyway, I don't know about other people who sew. I think that you just have to give yourself a lot of time just so that you're not rushing something. Because if you have put a design down, you want to make sure that you put in every aspect of that design, like you actually bring it to life. But if you're pressed for time, then you may be like, oh, I'll scrap that. And then your outfit won't come out as good, right? So I guess like the most important thing when I'm thinking of the Atlantic Fashion Show is planning. Timing is really key.
Say you get into the show, what will be your target number of outfits?
Ooh, I don't know if they have a minimum. I haven't done a lot of research, but if they have a minimum, I'll go for the minimum. I'll say maximum, I'll do 5.
Okay, here's the thing though, with the fashion show for the one in your school,
Yeah.
what happens to the clothes?
Oh, you get the clothes back as the designer. I sold all of mine except the kids. Yeah, and mine obviously. So
Yeah.
I sold the remaining 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what are you doing with clothes? Like you selling them or?
Oh, like the 4 that I got back? I sold them already.
So, did people meet you right after the show? Said,
Um, yeah, some people showed interest right after the show, but I'm like, I want to get the pricing right. Yeah.
yeah, there's always a tricky thing, pricing. How do you decide what is it based on the material you have or
I would say like for my pricing, the most important thing to me is labor. Yes, I would normally do a markup for whatever I use, the materials, the fabric, the zips. I would normally do a markup because I know that I'm gonna get profits because I charge myself $12 per hour for every outfit, and then I do a this is crazy, but it works for me. And then I multiply it by two. So
okay?
I just basically double the time that I use, and then that's what I charge. And for my materials, depending on the kind of fabric, some fabrics are more expensive than others are. So I tend to charge 80% of what I actually bought or what I actually spent on like whatever I used to make an outfit. And yeah, so the 80% of whatever cost I implicated from buying the materials I used and then the labor. I feel like labor is so important
Yeah.
because I'm definitely going to get to that point where I hire people. So I want to make sure I'm paying them like value for their time.
Well, here's the thing though. When it comes to hiring people, how will like the dress isn't going to, is it just your design that counts then?
No. So what I find for me, I'm not really sure how people are fashion designers and don't know how to sew. Cause I no, like this is not shade or anything. But it's kind of like if I draw a design,
Yeah.
I don't know how to effectively explain to a tailor to sew it exactly how I want it to come out. So I must sew it myself. So I say like large scale hiring people just means like, oh, I draw a design, create a pattern for it, and be like, oh, you cut this pattern and just sew it along certain lines. So I basically do the work. I design it, create the pattern. Um, as far as I know right now, the only thing I can see people doing for me is cutting out the pattern and joining the seams.
Okay, so walk me through this here. I come to you and say, "Oh yeah, I love your outfit. Make something for me." What happens from then till when I get my outfit?
Okay, so the first thing is your measurements. Um, and then we choose the kind of fabric you want to use. Taking your measurements will help determine how much fabric we're gonna get. And after buying the fabric, I draw the design out if I don't already have it. Um, from there, I cut out a pattern. So I just use brown paper, like craft paper, to cut it out according to your measurements, that is. And then I trace your pattern onto fabric. And after I cut out your fabric, I basically start sewing. Yeah, and once I'm done sewing, I like press it. You do a fitting. I like to do a fitting for all my clients just to make
Wow.
sure that everything looks good. And you don't like, sometimes you may see a design on me and you may be like, oh, I like that, make it for me, but it might not work out exactly the same way for you, right? So I like to do a fitting just to make sure you don't want to make any changes. So at the fitting, you can decide, oh, you want to move something over, you want to change something over, then we do that. If you don't have any changes to make, then your dress is good and ready to go.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How long would that take on the average if you were just working on my stuff?
I say it depends on what you want. Like
Oh, okay.
sometimes some designs take more hours than others, right? Yeah.
What's the shortest time you've worked on an outfit and the longest time you've worked on an outfit?
Shortest time? I'd say 2 hours.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What do you make there? Like,
It was just a simple dress, a straight dress.
oh okay.
Yeah, like a shift dress. And I literally just sewed the seams, the shoulder seams, and the side seams after I cut it out. So it didn't take so long. I
Okay.
feel like most of the work goes into cutting out your fabric because you need to make sure you're cutting the fabric right. Sewing doesn't take as much time, mostly because for most outfits, you do straight seams.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
So what other seams are there?
For curved seams, I say like if you have, I know people who do, what's it called? People who do quilting, they tend to do like carved stuff. So they do like the sew in circles. I find that hard. I don't know, maybe if you do it more often, maybe you get used to it.
Oh okay.
But I find that harder to do and it would take me more time to do that. For most of outfits that we wear every day, we do straight seams.
Ah,
Yeah.
cool. And then the longest one.
The longest. I'll say a week.
What? What were you making for a week?
On that outfit, I feel like I had a lot of indecision first off,
Oh.
and there was a whole lot of back and forth. And I was wearing it to a gala, so I'm just like, I want to.
Oh,
be
it
the
was for yourself.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to be the best girl out there. You know? I'm not trying to drag my brand in the mud. So, yeah, I think that's why it took me so long. I was just perfectionism out there.
Talking of brand, how do you come up with a name for a brand?
Right now, it's my name, and I'm really comfortable with that because really my brand is my person. My main aim or goal is to make sure that African culture doesn't die out. We're abroad. I'm abroad. I'm away from my home country, and I just want to make sure that I don't lose my culture. Like I haven't lost touch, so to say. And so the fact that it is my name, Tofunmi Adesanya, I know like a lot of people will have a hard time pronouncing that, but you'll learn it. And I like that. I enjoy that. They asked me to repeat it, say it and over again. I'm like, it's calm. I'm here for a lesson.
Do people ever just shorten it to TA?
I haven't come across people
Oh,
like
okay.
that,
Oh, okay.
but I'll be willing to give them a lesson before they give up.
Do people ask you what it means, like the name?
Yes, quite a few people.
So what does it
have.
mean? I mean, I know what it means.
My
but-
full name is Oluwatofumi, and it means God is enough for me. And my surname is Adesanya, and it means the crown has paid its dues.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a deep, deep name. And then you're presenting it with these outfits you're making. Here's the thing though. When someone meets you, how do you decide what design you're gonna come up with for them? Because, do they come up with the design for you? Do you make it yourself?
I'd say some people have like they already have an idea of what they want, so it just takes a little time to go to my sketchboard and just like modify it a little according to their body shape or to the event they want to wear it to. For the most part, I think people have an idea of what they want and what they're going for. But there's also people that just want to go to, they just have an event they want to go to and they have colors in mind and they be like, oh, I'm going to a gala on this day, and I want to wear something purple. So I give them several ideas, just like broad ideas, so to say. Do you want a mermaid dress? Do you want a tight fitting dress? Do you want a free dress? What kind of outfit are you going for? Do you want a dress? Let's start from there. Or do you want pants? What do you want, really?
Okay.
So I just like ask a few questions and then I can drop something from there.
You're not gonna make your sister's wedding dress, are you?
No,
What if she asked you?
I'll be down.
You'll be down?
Yeah.
So who is making our wedding dress?
Tosha Woods, a Nigerian designer.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. And you've not made a wedding dress though before?
No.
You know what? I guess why I'm asking that question is I know how special a wedding dress is.
I know. It's someone's big day. You don't want to mess it up.
Yeah. That responsibility. How do you feel about handling such a responsibility?
It can't be so bad.
Mm.
I'll get there. Right now, I feel like I'm just not there.
Okay.
There's levels to these things, honestly. Right now, I'm just at like making gala dresses at the most. I feel like that's the highest I've gone.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I mean, if people wear your dresses to the gala, right? Do they come back to want some?
Oh yeah, I have people who keep coming back or like they want to make something different. They just want to buy a dress that I put online.
Oh, you put dresses online?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your website?
So it's on Adobe and you can just find the link on my official Instagram
Which is?
at Tofunmi Adesanya.
I'm sorry, because every time you say that now, I'm thinking of someone saying, "Yeah, what did you say? What did you
Oh,
say?"
that's okay. I'll give you my card.
Okay, so at Tofunmi Adesanya, that's where on your Instagram they can get
Yeah,
links
the
to.
link is right on there.
What are you working on currently?
I'm working on a summer collection. I'm so late. I'm falling back on that. But it's mostly shift dresses and plain tops, like free tops. That's what I have on there for the most part.
Okay, so how many outfits will you have in your summer collection?
I have 5. I don't think I want to go above 5. I have like quite a few designs that I have in mind, and I chose my top 5, and I feel like I'm just gonna start working on those ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And when will they be ready?
God save us.
Did you say God save us?
I say like in 2 weeks thereabout.
Yeah, okay.
I kind of have a lot going on, like aside like the birthday outfits. I have like other projects I'm working on, so that's why I'm falling back on time.
So the birthday outfits. Oh, your birthday outfit.
Yeah.
What are the other projects?
I have dresses for a few clients that I'm currently working on. Like I've just been told ahead, like they want to make dresses for June, for July. They have events coming up like later in the summer that they want to make dresses for. And since I'm not gonna be here, like I just took on everything right now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you're gone for till when?
Until August.
Oh, so right after the wedding you come back?
No. Like I spend a few days after the wedding and then I'll be back.
Oh, okay. But are they staying, your sister and then husband?
Oh no, I think they're even leaving before me.
So they're just going back, get married and leaving.
And out of there.
Where are you from originally?
Um,
Like Nigeria, but where in Nigeria?
yes, my dad is from Ijebu-Ode in Ogun State. And my mom is from Abeokuta in Ogun State.
Yeah, both of them in Ogun State.
yeah.
Cool. But you wait, do you live in?
I lived in Lagos for all my life.
What is your experience like in growing up in Lagos?
Growing up in Lagos. For the earlier years in my life, I lived in Ikwaja. I don't know if you know where that is.
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know Ikwaja.
Igboro. Yeah. So I lived in Ikwaja for the earlier years of my life, up until like primary 6. I'll say I was like 9 or 10 when we moved to Aja, and that's where my family still lives now.
Oh. So how do you find the contrast between growing up in Lagos and moving here to study?
I'll say like culture shock.
Yeah.
I don't know how people think about culture shock. Like, I don't know what most people think about it. I don't know if they think Nigeria is better, but I like when I came here, I so far so good. I have learned some things, and I'm just like, back home is like that's really not the way. I love Nigeria so much. Like, I love my country. No offense. There's certain things that we do, like I'm just like, what is really going on?
Like what?
I don't know. Like, there's some Nigerian things that we do that I'm just like, no, you shouldn't do that. I don't want someone coming to adjust my clothes. Like, you can just tell me to do it. I can do it myself. You can't be picking at my clothes. I'm sorry, Auntie, what? It pisses me off. I find that here, like, no one's just gonna come up to you and touch you. Like, I have a problem with touch. Let me say that first. I don't like touchy. I feel like before I came here, I didn't really notice that. It was a personal problem. I just thought like, oh, everyone's touching, like I should just let it go, right? Yeah, anything goes. But when I got here, I'm just like, oh, no one's touching me. But when I went back home for a holiday, I'm just like, Auntie, don't touch me now. What's happening? Yeah, like there's so many things like that. I don't know, just the little things matter to me.
Yeah.
There's I don't know. Let me think of something else. Maybe that's a personal problem. Orderliness.
Oh.
Maybe
Like
that's
waiting
a
in
general
line?
thing now.
Like waiting in line?
Yeah. Like there's the Nigerian, do you know who I am? Do you know who my daddy is? I'm just like, I don't even care who your daddy is. Like, stand in line, sis.
But you know what? How about how was your first winter moving here?
It was pretty chill. Like, I didn't feel it so much. I say like I've traveled quite a lot, so it wasn't anything new to me.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. So with the orderliness thing, how do you, I guess, how do you handle it going back?
Kuluwa Mashowa. Last time I went back home, it's so hard for me because staying here, like, I don't need to be raising my voice at anybody. Like, if someone cuts the line, like, you're just gonna tell them, "Hi, I got here before you," and they would gladly move back. Back home, ain't nobody gonna speak English with you. It's a shouting level. You all have to understand yourselves back home. I remember last time, like there was quite a few times I went out, like maybe to a restaurant, to an ATM, and like there was a lineup, and I had to like raise my voice and be like, "Alaye, move back. I got here before you. Like, let's all respect ourselves." Yeah. I feel like I still have that rugged side of me that comes out when it needs to. Like, I can stand up for myself. I will not, like, you ain't gonna say like, oh, that girl's just coming from the abroad, like let's do her anyhow. It's not me. It's not me.
Okay. I just want to get your experience with that. But now, for Tofunmi Adesanya, the line, what's the plan moving forward?
What's the plan? I'm definitely going to go to fashion school.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I feel like I not need, but I want a degree in fashion design. So far so good. I haven't learned from someone how to sew or how to cut or how to do any of those things.
So what, you just kind of just from the school thing, the garment making class, that was it?
Yes, most of what I know is from there and on YouTube.
Wow.
Yes. So I feel like I want some formal education on it. Yes. Just a structured class, structured education basically, because watching YouTube is like people have so many different methods on how to do stuff, and that's fine. But I'd like to like go through it step by step. I'm sure like there's a few things that I have missed out on just because like I don't have any formal education on it, right? So I'm looking forward to that really.
So are there schools you're looking at in the city or?
There are no fashion schools in Nova Scotia,
No?
unfortunately. No.
Oh wow, I didn't
That's
know
too
this.
sad. They used to do a fashion program at Da Vinci, I think, but they stopped.
Oh wow.
Yes.
So you'll have to leave to study that pretty much.
Yep.
Have you looked at schools too?
Yes, I have. I've looked at they have a College of Craft and Design in New Brunswick and they offer a fashion diploma. I looked at Toronto Film School. They offer a fashion diploma as well. I looked at Seneca College in Toronto. They offer a diploma. They offer a bachelor's degree as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So there are options actually. There's quite a lot of options.
So if you move to Toronto, most likely to study, as I said, you're just gonna continue the line there, level
No,
there. Or?
I'm gonna come back to a city like this
Why?
because Toronto is basically Lagos life.
And you don't like Lagos?
Lagos is too busy. I can't deal. Waking up early, traffic. I went to Toronto for Christmas actually last Christmas.
Yeah.
I was visiting my sister and her fiance. And there's times when they woke up by 6. I'm just like, our daddies at home are waking up by 6. And we said we came to Canada to live a better life. Why are you still waking up by 6? They spend hours in traffic.
Yeah.
They live in Burlington. They work downtown Toronto, and the express train takes them an hour
Holy smokes.
to go downtown to Union Station. I'm just like, that's not the life I'm trying to live. I can go around this whole Halifax in 1 hour, and you people are just going to work.
But I mean, she's visited here, right?
Oh yeah, she used to be
You
here.
said she was here. Was she here to study also?
Yeah, she graduated in 2017
And then
left in
moved.
2017.
I'm
yeah.
like, nope, I'm out of here. What was the own reason for moving?
Well, I guess like she found a job there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I say work mostly.
Wow. When is the Atlantic Fashion Show?
It's in August.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you're right on top of it.
It's tricky. It's really tricky.
How are you gonna do that? Are you just like, if you get in, would you just get your outfits ready and then rush just to come for the show? Or?
I'll be back before the show anyway, so
Okay.
it's tricky because I don't live in Nigeria technically, so like making clothes in Nigeria is gonna be pretty hard.
Oh,
Yeah, so I have to give it a good think. Yeah.
But you sure you want to do that though?
I'm still making a decision.
Or you're waiting for next year?
Next year there's a chance, but right now I'm like, I can do it if I want to, like if I put my mind to it. But it's also kind of like there's gonna be a lot going on back home because my sister's getting married, right? So there's gonna be like lots of stuff going on, and like, will I have the time to complete it? I don't want stuff to be clashing. I don't want to get frustrated. So
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna end it with this though. You started this line, planned. I don't like, you always want to, you kind of saw your grandma make clothes and you got fascinated with it, started in school, high school, and then started pretty much doing this kind of on your own.
yeah.
And now you're thinking of actually going to study more just to do this. What keeps you going on this path of making the clothes you want to make?
I say fashion is really my passion.
Wow.
I find peace sewing.
Oh.
If you get me mad, I can go to my house and just start sewing, and I'm at peace. Like, I calm down. If I'm so furious, that is my stress relief.
Wow.
And also, that's a problem too, because if it becomes my full-time job, when I need to relieve stress, like, what's going to happen? Yeah. I'm just like, oh, if I go into fashion full-time, When I'm dying, what am I gonna do? Yeah, so right now I feel like I'm really into it. I'm really happy sewing. I find more joy in sewing than in like reading management books, no offense, or like reading econs. So I know that this is really what I want to do. Also, I feel like there needs to be a fusion between Afro culture, that's African culture,
Yeah.
and the Western culture. I said this in my runway show.
Mm.
I don't want people to feel the need to wear Western clothes just because they work in a Western environment. You can wear Western clothes in African print, if that makes any sense. So
Yeah.
there needs to be a balance. You don't want to lose touch with where you're from. That is really important to me.
Wow. Thank you very much for coming in, Tofunmi.
You're welcome.
And I can't
My
wait. I
pleasure.
hope you go on. I hope you find a way to do the fashion week this year because I'm taking photos and I want to see you.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Thank you for coming in.
My pleasure. It was really nice.
This is the Blackout podcast.
Thanks for listening.